Hello there and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Helena and in today's tutorial, we are going to walk over 50 Microsoft Azure certification exam questions. Super important for those of you who have an upcoming exam to do as many practice questions as possible to prep. It's not enough to just know the material, but you also have to know how they're going to test you and what kind of answers they are expecting. So this is what this tutorial is designed to do. After every single question, you'll have about 5 seconds or so to come up with the answer. And if you need more time, just pause this video and then resume it whenever you have finished responding to the question. So use this entire tutorial as a guide to help you prepare for your upcoming exam. And as always, if you got value out of these videos and tutorials, I would really appreciate it if you can support the channel by liking and subscribing below. With that being said, let's dive right in.
Question 1. What does Azure represent? A server located on premises. B. Microsoft's cloud computing platform. C. A type of web browser. D. An operating system. Correct answer. B. Microsoft's cloud computing platform. Explanation. Azure is Microsoft's cloud computing service, providing a wide range of cloud services, including computing, analytics, storage, and networking. Question 2. What is the definition of cloud computing? A. Storing data on your personal computer. B. Utilizing remote servers accessible over the internet for computing services. C. Using only physical servers for computing. D. A form of computing that exclusively uses Linux servers. Correct answer. B. Utilizing remote servers accessible over the internet for computing services. Explanation. Cloud computing involves using remote servers hosted on the internet to store, manage, and process data, as opposed to using a local server or personal computer. Question 3. Which service is considered a platform as a service PaaS in Azure? A. Azure Virtual Machines. B. Azure SQL Database. C. Azure Storage. D. Azure Virtual Network. Correct answer. B. Azure SQL Database. Explanation. Azure SQL Database is an example of PaaS because it allows users to create and manage databases without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. Question 4. What is a significant advantage of Azure Infrastructure as a Service IaaS? A. It delivers a fully managed database service. B. It allows for the provision of virtual machines and networking resources. C. It automatically generates application code. D. It provides a physical data center. Correct answer. B. It allows for the provision of virtual machines and networking resources. Explanation. Azure IaaS provides virtualized computing resources over the internet, allowing users to scale up or down with demand, offering a flexible and scalable environment. Question 5. What does scalability in Azure refer to? A. Reducing resources without user intervention. B. Expanding resources as needed automatically. C. Allocating resources in a fixed manner. D. Assigning resources manually. Correct answer. B. Expanding resources as needed automatically. Explanation. Scalability in Azure refers to the ability to increase or decrease resources for your application or service automatically, depending on demand. Question 6. Identify the managed NoSQL database service in Azure. A. Azure SQL Database. B. Azure Table Storage. C. Azure Cosmos DB. D. Azure Blob Storage. Correct answer. C. Azure Cosmos DB. Explanation. Azure Cosmos DB is a globally distributed, multi-model database service that provides wide-scale, always-on resources to meet the needs of modern web and mobile applications. Question 7. What is Azure Marketplace? A platform for obtaining Microsoft software licenses. B. An online store for purchasing physical hardware. C. A tool for managing Azure subscriptions. D. An online service for discovering, purchasing, and deploying Azure solutions and services. Correct answer. D. An online service for discovering, purchasing, and deploying Azure solutions and services. Explanation. Azure Marketplace is an online store that offers applications and services designed for or built on Azure, allowing users to find, try, purchase, and provision applications and services from Microsoft and its partners. Question 8. What functionality does Azure Active Directory provide? A deployment of virtual machines. B. Identity and access management services. C. Data warehousing capabilities. D. Hosting services for web applications. Correct answer. B. Identity and access management services. Explanation. Azure Active Directory is a cloud-based identity and access management service that helps users sign in and access resources in external systems, Azure, or internal resources. Question 9. What is Azure DevOps designed for? A collaborative cloud service for code development. B. Hosting physical server solutions. C. A desktop software development kit. D. Providing networking services. Correct answer. A collaborative cloud service for code development. Explanation. Azure DevOps provides developer services to support teams to plan work, collaborate on code development, and build and deploy applications. Question 10. Define an Azure resource group. A cluster of data centers located in the same region. B. A logical collection of resources that share the same lifecycle. C. A billing entity within Azure. D. A network service in Azure. Correct answer. B. A logical collection of resources that share the same lifecycle. Explanation. An Azure resource group is a container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. The group includes those resources that you want to manage as a group for the lifecycle of your application. Question 11. Which Azure service would you use for deploying and managing virtual machines? A. Azure Functions. B. Azure Virtual Machines. C. Azure Blob Storage. D. Azure Cosmos DB. Correct answer. B. Azure Virtual Machines.
Explanation.
Azure Virtual Machines VMS provide on-demand, scalable computing resources that allow you to run server-based applications, making it the right service for deploying and managing VMS. Question 12. What is the Azure feature that provides a global content delivery network to enhance the performance of web applications? A. Azure CDN Content Delivery Network. B. Azure Blob Storage. C. Azure Virtual Network. D. Azure ExpressRoute. Correct answer. A. Azure CDN Content Delivery Network. Explanation. Azure CDN is a service that caches static web content at strategically placed locations to provide maximum throughput and enhance the performance of web applications. Question 13. Which Azure tool or service can you use to manage and automate operational tasks across Azure and hybrid environments? A. Azure DevOps. B. Azure Logic Apps. C. Azure Automation. D. Azure Functions. Correct answer. C. Azure Automation. Explanation. Azure Automation delivers a cloud-based automation and configuration service that provides consistent management across your Azure and non-Azure environments. Question 14. In Azure, what service would you use to build, test, deploy, and manage applications and services through Microsoft Managed Data Centers? A. Azure Kubernetes Service Acts. B. Azure App Service. C. Azure Virtual Machines. D. Azure SQL Database. Correct answer. B. Azure App Service. Explanation. Azure App Service is an HTTP-based service for hosting web applications, REST APIs, and mobile backends, enabling developers to build, deploy, and scale applications quickly. Question 15. What is the main purpose of Azure Monitor? A. To automatically scale resources based on load. B. To deploy virtual machines. C. To monitor, diagnose, and gain insights into application and resource performance. D. To manage user identities and access. Correct answer. C. To monitor, diagnose, and gain insights into application and resource performance. Explanation. Azure Monitor maximizes the availability and performance of applications and services by collecting, analyzing, and acting on telemetry from cloud and on-premises environments. Question 16. What Azure service would you use to create a relational database that can scale as needed? A. Azure Table Storage. B. Azure Blob Storage. C. Azure SQL Database. D. Azure Cosmos DB. Correct answer: C. Azure SQL Database. Explanation: Azure SQL Database is a relational database as a service DBaaS in the Microsoft Cloud Azure that can quickly scale to meet demand, provides managed data protection, and keeps your database up to date. Question 17. Which of the following is a serverless compute service that enables you to run event-triggered code without having to explicitly provision or manage infrastructure? A. Azure Kubernetes Service Acts. B. Azure Virtual Machines. C. Azure Functions. D. Azure App Service. Correct answer: C. Azure Functions. Explanation: Azure Functions is a serverless compute service that allows you to run code in response to events or triggers without the need to manage infrastructure, making it ideal for executing small pieces of code or functions. Question 18. Which Azure service is best suited for backing up and archiving cloud and on-premises data? A. Azure Site Recovery. B. Azure Storage. C. Azure Backup. D. Azure Blob Storage. Correct answer: C. Azure Backup. Explanation: Azure Backup is a cost-effective, secure, one-click backup solution that's scalable based on your backup storage needs and is ideal for backing up and archiving data in the cloud. Question 19. What Azure feature allows you to group and isolate related resources from one another within the same Azure region? A. Resource groups. B. Azure subscriptions. C. Management groups. D. Virtual networks.
Correct answer: D. Virtual networks.
Explanation: Azure Virtual Networks enable you to create isolated networks within the cloud, allowing you to securely connect Azure resources to each other and segregate them from other resources. Question 20. What is Azure Policy? A service to manage virtual machines. B. A database management tool. C. A service to audit and enforce your organization's standards for resource properties.
D. A network configuration tool.
Correct answer: C. A service to audit and enforce your organization's standards for resource properties. Explanation: Azure Policy is a service in Azure that enables you to create, assign, and manage policies that enforce different rules and effects over your resources, ensuring those resources stay compliant with your corporate standards and service-level agreements. Question 21. Which Azure service provides a dedicated private network fiber connection between your on-premises data center and Azure? A. Azure Virtual Network. B. Azure ExpressRoute. C. Azure VPN Gateway. D. Azure Direct Connect. Correct answer: B. Azure ExpressRoute. Explanation: Azure ExpressRoute allows you to create private connections between Azure data centers and infrastructure on your premises or in a colocation environment, bypassing the public internet to provide better reliability, faster speeds, lower latencies, and higher security. Question 22. What is the purpose of Azure Logic Apps? A. To manage virtual machines. B. To automate business processes and workflows without writing code. C. To provide a data warehousing solution. D. To offer a distributed ledger service. Correct answer: B. To automate business processes and workflows without writing code. Explanation: Azure Logic Apps is a cloud service that helps you automate and orchestrate tasks, business processes, and workflows when you need to integrate apps, data, systems, and services across enterprises or organizations. Question 23. Which Azure service is used to detect and respond to cloud security threats? A. Azure Sentinel. B. Azure Security Center. C. Azure Defender. D. Azure Policy. Correct answer: B. Azure Security Center. Explanation: Azure Security Center is a unified security management system that strengthens the security posture of your data centers and provides advanced threat protection across your hybrid workloads in the cloud. Question 24. In Azure, what is an availability zone? A. Geographical region. B. A container service. C. An isolated location within a region that is tolerant to data center failures. D. A content delivery network. Correct answer. C. An isolated location within a region that is tolerant to data center failures. Explanation. Availability zones are unique physical locations within an Azure region. Each zone is made up of one or more data centers equipped with independent power, cooling, and networking to ensure resilience to data center failures. Question 25. What is Azure Advisor? A service that helps you manage your Azure VMS. Be a personalized cloud consultant that helps you follow best practices.
See a tool for configuring network settings in Azure.
D. A database configuration service. Correct answer. Be a personalized cloud consultant that helps you follow best practices. Explanation. Azure Advisor is a personalized cloud consultant that helps you follow best practices to optimize your Azure deployments. It analyzes your resource configuration and usage telemetry to provide recommendations. Question 26. What is the purpose of Azure Blueprints? To provide a data backup service. B. To define a repeatable set of Azure resources that implement and adhere to an organization's standards. C. To monitor application performance. D. To manage virtual network configurations. Correct answer. B. To define a repeatable set of Azure resources that implement and adhere to an organization's standards.
Explanation. Azure Blueprints allows customers to define a repeatable set of Azure resources that implements and adheres to an organization's standards, patterns, and requirements.
Question 27. Which Azure service would you use for real-time analytics of fast-moving streams of data? A. Azure Analysis Services. B. Azure Stream Analytics. C. Azure Data Lake. D. Azure Synapse Analytics. Correct answer. B. Azure Stream Analytics. Explanation. Azure Stream Analytics is a real-time analytics and complex event processing engine that is designed to analyze and process high volumes of fast streaming data from multiple sources simultaneously. Question 28. What feature in Azure is used to categorize resources for the purpose of chargeback or billing? A. Resource groups. B. Tags. C. Subscriptions. D. Management groups. Correct answer. B. Tags. Explanation. Tags in Azure allow you to categorize resources by assigning name-value pairs, which can be used for organization, management, or billing purposes. Question 29. What is the Azure App Configuration Service used for? A. To deploy web applications. B. To store secret data and keys. C. To centrally manage application settings and feature flags. D. To monitor the performance of web apps. Correct answer. C. To centrally manage application settings and feature flags. Explanation. Azure App Configuration provides a service to centrally manage application settings and feature flags, making it easier to maintain control over settings that affect your application's behavior. Question 30. Which Azure service is primarily used to integrate on-premises Active Directory with Azure Ad and provide capabilities like self-service password reset? A. Azure Ad Connect. B. Azure Ad B2C. C. Azure Ad Domain Services. D. Azure VPN Gateway. Correct answer. A. Azure Ad Connect. Explanation. Azure Ad Connect is the tool that connects your on-premises Active Directory to Azure Active Directory, allowing for a consistent identity for users and providing capabilities like self-service password reset and single sign-on. Question 31. What Azure feature allows you to automate the deployment of resources based on templates? A. Azure Resource Manager. B. Azure Automation. C. Azure Logic Apps. D. Azure Functions. Correct answer. A. Azure Resource Manager. Explanation. Azure Resource Manager enables you to work with the resources in your solution as a group, using templates to deploy, update, or delete all the resources for your solution in a single, coordinated operation. Question 32. Which of the following services would you use for non-relational data storage in Azure? A. Azure SQL Database. B. Azure Cosmos DB. C. Azure Blob Storage. D. Azure Table Storage. Correct answer. B. Azure Cosmos DB. Explanation. Azure Cosmos DB is a globally distributed, multi-model database service for non-relational data, offering a wide range of database capabilities and scalability options. Question 33. What is the purpose of Azure Information Protection? A. To manage digital certificates and encryption keys. B. To provide a cloud-based firewall service. C. To protect sensitive information from unauthorized access. D. To offer a VPN gateway for secure connections. Correct answer. C. To protect sensitive information from unauthorized access. Explanation. Azure Information Protection is a cloud-based solution that helps organizations classify and optionally protect documents and emails by applying labels. Question 34. What Azure service offers distributed denial of service DDoS protection? A. Azure Firewall. B. Azure Sentinel. C. Azure DDoS Protection. D. Azure Network Watcher. Correct answer. C. Azure DDoS Protection. Explanation. Azure DDoS Protection, combined with application design best practices, provides defense against DDoS attacks, protecting your Azure applications. Question 35. Which Azure service is best suited for batch data processing? A. Azure Functions. B. Azure Batch. C. Azure Logic Apps. D. Azure Automation. Correct answer. B. Azure Batch. Explanation. Azure Batch enables large-scale job scheduling and compute management, providing parallel batch processing for intensive workloads. Question 36. What is the key advantage of using Azure Virtual Network? A. It provides unlimited storage capacity. B. It offers integration with on-premises Active Directory. C. It enables users to create their own private space in Azure. D. It automatically deploys web applications. Correct answer. C. It enables users to create their own private space in Azure. Explanation. Azure Virtual Network lets you create a private network in the cloud to securely connect Azure resources, isolate and control traffic flow, and link to on-premises data centers. Question 37. Which Azure service would you use to deploy a Docker container? A. Azure Container Instances. B. Azure Kubernetes Service. C. Azure Virtual Machines. D. Azure App Services. Correct answer. Azure Container Instances. Explanation. Azure Container Instances offers the easiest way to run a Docker container in Azure without having to manage servers or adopt additional services. Question 38. What is the main function of Azure Key Vault? A. To store large binary objects. B. To manage network traffic. C. To securely store and access secrets. D. To deploy virtual machines. Correct answer. C. To securely store and access secrets. Explanation. Azure Key Vault is designed to safeguard cryptographic keys and other secrets used by cloud applications and services, ensuring secure access and storage. Question 39. How does Azure's auto-scaling feature benefit an application? A. By decreasing the application security. B. By reducing the application's functionality. C. By enabling the application to handle increases in load. D. By increasing the application's deployment time. Correct answer. C. By enabling the application to handle increases in load. Explanation. Azure's auto-scaling feature dynamically adjusts the number of resources allocated to an application based on its current load, ensuring optimal performance and cost efficiency. Question 40. What Azure tool or service provides integration and orchestration capabilities for connecting various SaaS and enterprise applications? A. Azure Functions. B. Azure Logic Apps. C. Azure DevOps. D. Azure App Configuration. Correct answer. B. Azure Logic Apps. Explanation. Azure Logic Apps is designed to help build scalable integrations and workflows in the cloud, connecting apps, data, systems, and services across enterprises or organizations. Question 41. Which Azure service is primarily used for integrating on-premises directories and enabling single sign-on? A. Azure Active Directory Azure AD. B. Azure VPN Gateway. C. Azure Application Gateway. D. Azure Directory Sync. Correct answer. A. Azure Active Directory Azure Ad. Explanation. Azure Active Directory Azure Ad is a cloud-based identity and access management service that enables single sign-on and integration with on-premises directories. Question 42. What is the primary function of Azure Monitor? A. To manage the deployment of virtual machines. B. To automate responses to alerts. C. To collect, analyze, and act on telemetry data from cloud and on-premises environments. D. To encrypt virtual disk data. Correct answer. C. To collect, analyze, and act on telemetry data from cloud and on-premises environments. Explanation. Azure Monitor collects, analyzes, and acts on telemetry data from Azure and on-premises environments, aiding in performance monitoring and issue detection. Question 43. What Azure feature provides a set of policies that help you enforce your organization's standards in your Azure environments? A. Azure Policy. B. Azure Compliance. C. Azure Service Health. D. Azure Advisor. Correct answer. A. Azure Policy. Explanation. Azure Policy helps enforce organizational standards and assess compliance at scale, with policies that apply across your resources in Azure. Question 44. Which service in Azure is designed to help developers store, access, and manage application secrets securely? A. Azure Key Vault. B. Azure Security Center. C. Azure Application Insights. D. Azure Storage Account. Correct answer. A. Azure Key Vault. Explanation. Azure Key Vault is designed to safeguard cryptographic keys and secrets used by cloud applications and services, making it ideal for securely storing, accessing, and managing application secrets. Question 45. How does Azure Site Recovery contribute to disaster recovery strategy? A. By providing physical security at data centers. B. By offering a messaging service between applications. C. By ensuring data is backed up across multiple regions. D. By orchestrating replication and failover of virtual machines. Correct answer. D. By orchestrating replication and failover of virtual machines. Explanation. Azure Site Recovery contributes to disaster recovery strategies by orchestrating the replication, failover, and recovery of virtual machines and physical servers to ensure business continuity. Question 46. What is the Azure service that provides a scalable cloud database with multi-region replication and transparent multi-master synchronization? A. Azure SQL Database. B. Azure Table Storage. C. Azure Cosmos DB. D. Azure Blob Storage. Correct answer. C. Azure Cosmos DB. Explanation. Azure Cosmos DB is a globally distributed, multi-model database service that offers multi-region replication and transparent multi-master synchronization, providing high availability and low latency. Question 47. What feature does Azure Load Balancer provide? A. Data encryption. B. Static website hosting. C. Distribution of incoming network traffic across multiple targets. D. Automated data backup. Correct answer. C. Distribution of incoming network traffic across multiple targets. Explanation. Azure Load Balancer helps distribute incoming network traffic across multiple servers or virtual machines, enhancing the performance and availability of applications. Question 48. Which Azure service enables you to build, train, and deploy machine learning models quickly and easily? A. Azure Machine Learning. B. Azure Cognitive Services. C. Azure Bot Service. D. Azure Kubernetes Service Acts. Correct answer. Azure Machine Learning. Explanation. Azure Machine Learning is a cloud platform for building, training, and deploying machine learning models, providing tools and environments for data science workflows. Question 49. What is the role of Azure Firewall? To provide a distributed denial of service DDoS mitigation service. B. To offer a cloud-based network security service to protect Azure Virtual Network resources. C. To manage cryptographic keys and secrets. D. To monitor application performance. Correct answer. B. To offer a cloud-based network security service to protect Azure Virtual Network resources. Explanation. Azure Firewall is a managed, cloud-based network security service that protects Azure Virtual Network resources by filtering traffic and enforcing network security policies. Question 50. What Azure service is commonly used to host domain names and manage DNS records? A. Azure Active Directory. B. Azure Traffic Manager. C. Azure DNS. D. Azure Virtual Network. Correct answer. C. Azure DNS. Explanation. Azure DNS is a hosting service for DNS domains, providing name resolution using Microsoft Azure infrastructure, allowing users to manage and resolve DNS records for their domains. Thank you for watching. Good luck on your upcoming exam. If you got value out of these practice questions, please like and subscribe for more.